I just recommend if you start a business, like just always start that business and finish what you started. At least get it to a point to where you feel comfortable enough to transition into another thing. But never do too many things at once because it'll destroy your mind, it'll stress you out, and it'll probably cost you a lot of money.
All right, everybody, welcome to the KR27 podcast. I am excited to have here one of my close friends who I talk to almost on a daily basis. Mr. Landon, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you invited me on here, support you. But most importantly, we can talk about, a lot of things that we've been talking about over these past few months.
No, awesome, man. I'm excited too. I appreciate you being here. I know that you're pretty busy, but dude, it's awesome to have you here. It's awesome to think that, I met you only in like April or May of this year, right?
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah, around that time. And me and Landon actually haven't met in person, but we talk every single week, and I'm already planning to go out of Texas and stuff to go see them.
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot closer when we start seeing each other in person.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm excited, man. I think it's gonna be awesome. We have some great things coming. But yeah, man. So I want you to tell people a little bit more about you. What is it? What is it you do, man? What is it that you got going on?
So I would still say I'm in marketing. I would definitely say I'm still in marketing. We'll talk about, my agency journey, but I am definitely a real estate investor. That's my full-time thing. I help people get started on Airbnb. I have a coaching program, mentorship program, and then I run an Airbnb business myself. So I'm more so on the real estate side, Airbnb, short-term rentals, but I still do a lot of things in marketing, sales, things like that, because sales and marketing is pretty much your entire life. So you're always in that industry. But real estate investor, that's really all I do full time. And that's pretty much my life. It's a lot to it, so I can't wait to talk about it.
Nah, you're all good, man. I think it's really cool. When I met you, we met in a marketing program, and I'm still kind of doing marketing as well. And I remember we just met and you needed some help with taxes and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm your guy. I got you. Taxes, investments, I got you. But, when I met you.
It's been the best thing ever since, too.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's why I always say you never know who you might meet, man. It's pretty cool, man. I met some really cool people online, man. So at the time, I know you had the agency, you had that going. I think you're working a W-2 job. Do you still have your job, by the way? Do you still work your W-2?
I literally just quit.
Oh, congratulations, man! I actually haven't asked you that. We text all the time, and I haven't even asked you that.
This is literally the first time I'm announcing it. But yeah, I just quit my job.
Dude, congrats! Hey, clap it up for my boy Landon. Putting his 9 to 5. Hey. And there's nothing wrong. I always say this every time because I don't like people to take offense. There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 if you're happy. That's what matters. Is if you're happy, you're happy at a 9 to 5. Tell you right now, a 9 to 5 is a lot less stress than doing entrepreneurship. Yeah. Dude, it is. I tell my girl all the time, I'm like, if I actually could work a 9 to 5 and not get be unhappy, I probably would, because I was like, it's so much more chill. You go, you work, you get paid, you come home, you do whatever you want. You don't gotta worry about nothing else.
Yeah, I was being micromanaged, so it was taking a lot of time away from what I actually wanted to focus my time on. It just wasn't a good situation. I had to take the jump, and I feel way better now.
That's good, man. I'm happy for you. So, but I know you did try to take the jump in the past, about a year ago or so. You tried to go into the agency world. Tell me a little bit about that and how that went and how that turned into where you're at now.
Okay, so I'll take it back to when I first started my agency in 2019. I started my agency on more of a creative base. It was full service. We did everything. All right, so for my full-time job, I developed websites for car dealerships. So I wanted to take that and put it into an agency I had experience doing video editing, websites, photos. In college, I did an internship for college basketball. So I was doing a lot of the filming for games and things like that and editing the video. So I was like, why not go ahead and start an agency and do full service? But as all business owners know, if you start a business and you do all these different types of things, it doesn't really go well because you're focusing on way too many things. So fast forward to a year later, I decided to buy a property. I bought the property and I decided to go back into the agency space, this time with a whole different approach. And that's when I had actually met you. I did this program with Joe Kaplan. And he put the focus more so on sales, marketing, getting clients first before you actually start, building a website or, making your logo or making business cards. Like I had all those things done before I even had my first client. So, getting that first client was the most difficult part. And, I had to show them, this logo, this business card, but they didn't really care because they wanted results. And, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, they see I got this website, they see I got the business cards. They're like, oh yeah, this guy's official. But at the end of the day, if I'm not providing them with results, then I'm really not official at all. So I transitioned from that, get into this program, and I learned about sales and marketing. So it's a whole different ball game. And I end up going, Go High Level, another shout out, Go High Level. I started using Go High Level, and with Go High Level, I discovered how you can do the reviews for people. You can create a review software. And so I decided to create a review software, and it was called Zorm. Nobody knows this. I created a review software called Zorm, and Zorm stood for Zilly, which is the name of all my enterprises. It's like Zilly Media Agency. I got Zilly STR for Zilly Short-Term Rental, Zilly Enterprises. So I created Zorm, which stood for Zilly Online Reputation Management. And so that was for all my review software, because I was leveraging Go High Level. And so I was trying to sell that. I had the software all built out, the website, everything. I didn't even have a single client. I didn't even know how to get a client. I still had this review management tool. I was showing everybody, I was showing my friends, showing my family, but I had no clients. I was getting no money at all. So that's when I decided to transition into actually learning how to get clients. And that's when I joined the program, and I learned everything about getting clients. So then that was my main focus. So I started getting clients finally this past year, the beginning of 2021. And it was starting to go well. It started going really well. And I decided to transition and only focus on one niche, which was the biggest lesson I ever learned, was focusing down on one niche, because then you learn to really focus on one thing, and you can put all your attention onto that one thing and do really well. So mind you, at the beginning of the year, I started my Airbnb business, and my business was doing well. Let's just say my business was doing well. Now, agency space, I was redoing my agency to a whole nother, a whole nother lane, a whole nother niche. And my Airbnb business was funding my agency the whole entire time. So as I'm building clients, learning new things, running ads, doing all these different things, paying for more teaching and things like that, my Airbnb business was carrying it. So fast forward a few months, I get my first client, get my second client, get my third client. And I had realized that I was spending a lot of money, and a lot of the money that I was spending was coming from my Airbnb business. And I hadn't realized that why am I going into a whole nother business when I haven't even built up my first business, right? Yeah. Why am I going into a whole nother business when I haven't built up my first business? And that was the lesson that I really learned, because going from agency space and just going and transitioning straight to working only with real estate agents, niching down like that, it also showed me that even on the business standpoint, I need to stay in one business, focus on one business until I'm at a point where I can go ahead and start another business, which was the agency. So I ended up pivoting. Many people know this. I ended up pivoting, left the agency alone. I was getting clients. I left the agency alone so I could focus full time on Airbnb. And I promise you, It was the best decision I ever made. I kind of like cut off the story because I could talk about this story for 30 minutes.
I know. I've been there, bro. I got you.
But so I ended up pivoting. It was definitely the best decision I ever made in my life as far as business. But one thing I will say, it was rough. The transition was definitely rough because I had to basically refund, get rid of all my clients that I had in the agency space, and go straight full-time into Airbnb. So it was very costly. It still costing me a lot of money. But it was the greatest lesson that I learned, was just to focus on one business, build that business up. And now it's the best thing that I ever did. So now I'm able to, go out there and go get properties, go out there and help people get properties, teach people how to get properties. Like, it's the best thing ever. So out of that whole entire story, again, it's like it could be a 30-minute conversation. I just recommend a
2-hour conversation. We've talked about it for weeks.
Right. I just recommend if you start a business, like, just always start that business and finish what you started. At least get it to a point to where you feel comfortable enough to transition into another thing. But never do too many things at once, because it'll destroy your mind. It'll stress you out, and it'll probably cost you a lot of money. So that's just a little story of like where I'm at now. So now I'm doing like coaching. I'm teaching people how to get into Airbnb. I'm helping people get Airbnbs, and I'm running my Airbnb business itself.
Yeah. See, it's a little different because now, you still are doing a couple of things at the same time, but they're kind of correlated, right? You're on Airbnb and then coaching Airbnb, which you already know, right? So it's like not adding anything different. Like with the marketing, I think it was a good thing you did it, like you said, because I watch your stories, I see what you do. That's a lot of things that you've taken from the marketing, the agency space. I see what you're doing, right? Which is awesome, right? I mean, I need to get on that myself. I haven't even done that myself, right? But I do get that part. And I agree with you. I think, because we've had this conversation. I made the same mistakes too, with the whole marketing also like that. I was trying to do too many things. Once I thought I could. Obviously with the whole marketing and finance that I was doing, I was able to connect them together because I was able to make marketing clients, finance clients, which was working out great. But, I never really was interested in the marketing. I think I told you, like, I've always liked more like real estate and finance and all that stuff. So it's like, I've kind of gone the same route as you. Like, I'm trying to create a course to teach finance. I know finance like crazy, like the back of my hand, and then I know people who know more than me. So if I need more information, I can get it.
Right.
So
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're the guest, bro. You're the guest. Go ahead.
All right. So what I was gonna say is, even though many of us may not like marketing, I mean, honestly, myself, I love marketing. But like, let's just say I didn't like marketing. Marketing is such a crucial part in running a business. Sales is such a crucial part in running a business. So even if you don't like it and you're still good at it, it's still gonna help you. So I don't want people to get confused with like you not liking it and you not being good at it, because those are two different things. Because
I think
marketing is.
I think what you're trying to say is also like, it's not that we didn't like marketing, it's just that we didn't really enjoy running a marketing agency. That's But knowing it and having the tools it's incredible. Because I mean, we would have to go pay somebody to run our ads if we wanted to, right? Like, I have a media buyer that runs ads for me for the finance stuff, but if I had went to go pay a marketing agency, it would have cost me a lot more money than by paying a media buyer,
Right.
Yep. So, no, I mean, I think you have the right mindset there. So, now so like fast forward now, you have your Airbnb business going and stuff. What are your goals now with that? What are you thinking? What do you want to do the next? You got about 2.5 months left this year, and then obviously all of 2022. What are your future goals with this whole Airbnb business and this Airbnb course you got going on?
So right now, my biggest objective is to, one, get more partners to work with for Airbnb, because there's 3 different ways that you can make money on Airbnb. 3 different lanes that you can get into on Airbnb to make money. That's what I mean. You can either buy a property, you can lease a property, or you can work with a property owner. So my biggest objective is to work with property owners right now. That way I don't really have a lot of money in, but we can both make money because one provides, property and the other provides, the management. So that's my goal on that end. I don't have a specific number right now on, the amount of property owners I want to work with, but they are coming at me because I am giving a lot out to people. I am helping a lot of people. My biggest objective, though, before the end of the year is to help at least 15 students get started on Airbnb and start making money. I have a specific number on the amount of students that I want to make, $5K a month, $10K a month, $15K a month. But all in total, I want 15 of my students, over the course of the next few months to get listed on Airbnb and start making money. Right now, I already have 4 students that are listed on Airbnb. One student already has a booking. Another student already has 3 bookings. So I'm chipping away. I'm close. I'm really close. But I just want to continue to help students get started on Airbnb because I have a plan for what I want to do, and I know exactly what it takes to get there. I know exactly how I'm gonna get there. But I also want to be able to tell other people how to do the same.
I think that's awesome, man. I think that if anyone's listening, they're trying to make some money, and I've had other types of industries here, like marketing and stuff like that. But I think that if anybody wants to not do the marketing, they want to get into Airbnb, definitely they should check out Landon's, Landon's program, because I know that he's killing it and he's making good money out there and he's ready to, make a huge difference. Honestly, I think it's amazing what you're doing. You guys, I'm actually partnering up with Landon, so I'm gonna tell people what I did so they see that the power of what Landon can do, man. Landon told me. I help Landon. I seen his taxes. I know what he does. I don't need to share what he makes. That's his business. But I seen what Landon is doing after he left the agency. He was doing pretty well when he was doing the agency because he also had his job and Airbnb. He had a couple different things going on. But then I saw what he started doing when he focused 100% on Airbnb, and I was like, "You trying to do this with other people that own houses?" He goes, "Yeah," and I was like, "If I buy a house, you run it for me?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "How much you charge me?" And he told me how much he was gonna charge me. And I was like, "All right, cool." I hit him up like a week or two later. "Hey, bro, I sold my house." And he goes, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I sold my house so that I can take out the money out of the house. I'm gonna go buy another primary house, and then I'm gonna head out to Texas and buy some property so you can run Airbnb for me." That's how much legitimacy this guy has, man. I'm telling you, like, I saw what he was doing, and he's just getting started. I can only imagine what he's gonna be a year or 2 from now. And I know that I wanna be part of it. So any property I buy that I need help with Airbnb, I know who's gonna be running it for me. Because I wanna learn the Airbnb little by little, but like we were saying earlier, too many things at the same time is not a good thing. So my main focus is I wanna focus on finance and then just buy properties and have Landon run them. But just so you guys know, and this is not a joke, you can guys look at public records. I'm sure you can find my address. I sold my house, and I was like, I'm going all in with this dude. This dude knows what he's doing, and I'm gonna sell my house and I'm gonna go buy his properties, and eventually I plan on doing some other stuff outside of Airbnb because I've always been a rentals guy, so I want to get into apartments and I know you can Airbnb apartments and stuff too, but I also like, there's so many ways to make money in real estate, and I still like the whole tenant paying rent kind of thing, But my main thing is Landon knows what he's doing because I literally sold my house and moved into a brand new house just so that I could get the cash to go freaking buy properties, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to get us going. Hopefully before the year's over, we can get at least one property, going. So that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we gotta stay on that realtor out here in Dallas. But yeah, it'll be exciting. I'm super excited for you. Especially because the biggest thing about me is I just love helping people. I love seeing other people do really well, especially with knowledge that I've acquired and seeing it happen for other people. Like, my mentorship has only been up for a month and a half, and I have 4 students that already have Airbnbs and they're listed. So that means a lot to me. Like, it shows that everything that I've learned, people are applying that and making stuff happen. So it's just, it means so much for me to hear, your story and how you want to transition into this lane and make money in this lane, and knowing that I can help you is just a beautiful thing. So I'm super excited. I'm super happy for you. You're in your new house. It looks like we're both in the sauna.
I know we sweating off all this stress because people think, dude, it's the thing. It's like people think it's like it's such a. I mean, we are happy. It is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but it's like sometimes, mostly because I feel like I'm still in the beginning stages, things, and like my money's not super consistent at times yet, right? I mean, I'm really happy for you because you got into that point where you're consistent now, right? I'm in the investment in life insurance, business, and then I also I'm creating a coaching program, and that will get a lot better. But I shut down my agency for the most part, so I don't really have that coming in anymore. Yeah. And the bad part about the life insurance business is just the clients die, man. And that shit sucks, dude. So, it's it's a hard business to be in. But for sure, man, I think that we're going to make some great things happen. I definitely see us having a whole different conversations 12 months from now. Next October, fall coming in, after being out in the beach all summer with, enjoying the houses, I think it's going to be great, man. Yeah. So I think I might even do some Airbnbs out of the country with my boy Landon here.
We'll talk about it.
So for sure, man. Well, anything you want to share with people where they can find you and stuff, that way they can, if they're interested in maybe joining your course, how to make, if you guys aren't even trying to make a lot of money though, like you really can't just like get like one property with, you don't even have to own it and you can make like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, quit your job or work part-time, spend more time with your family. I think Airbnb is a great opportunity. If you guys are interested, hit up Landon. So if you want to share that with them, Landon.
Yeah, so, most people may just, plug their Instagram. I will plug my Instagram and my Facebook and things like that. But most importantly, I want to, anybody that is watching this video, I want to let you know that you can make money in Airbnb. It's 3 different ways that you can it. You can go a route. Of course, you can buy a property and you can list it on Airbnb. You can lease a property. So if you look up rental arbitrage, you can go ahead and lease a property. You can go lease an apartment building. You can go lease, a property owner that has their property for rent. You can lease their property. You can ask them if they allow Airbnb, and you can put their property on Airbnb and just pay them rent. Or you can partner with a property owner, and you can split profits with them. And then you can put their property on Airbnb as well. So there's 3 different ways you can go about it. Don't ever feel like you have to own a property to get an Airbnb, because that's not true. It may be a safer route, but it's not true at all. So that's exactly what I wanted to share with you guys first. And then if you guys want to, follow me on Instagram, if you want to get more information on how you can get started on Airbnb, just follow me on Instagram. That's Real Brazile. So REAL Brazile, BRAZILE. I share a lot of information on my Instagram about Airbnb, my students, how my students are doing, the success stories, things like that. So if you want to go ahead and follow me on there, you can. And then just DM me if you're interested in, what I have to offer.
Awesome, man. I'm excited. I think that if you are listening to this and you are interested, you definitely should hit up Landon. And for some reason you can't find them, just hit me up. I'm sure if you're watching this or listening to the podcast, you know how to find me. So just let me know. But Landon, it was a pleasure having you, man. I really do. I am excited, and I'm excited to see the future for you and for us together as partners, and see what happens. And we're gonna not just make money together, but help a lot of people together. I really think so.
Yeah, I definitely believe we'll be able to do that, and I really appreciate you for inviting me on here. It means a lot to me to be able to come on here and be able to empower other people. And also allow for you, supporting you and helping you with your podcast. So I'm just very grateful, very blessed, and I thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anytime, bro. You already know. We'll having this conversation again in a year. Trust me. Maybe sooner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'll talk to you then. Have a good one.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.